Jr.
Here.
Lisa Petrowski.
Here.
Dominic Roberta.
Here.
James Rollo.
Here.
Trevor Marto.
Here.
Bill Cornwell.
Here.
George Toth. Mayor Betsy Stevens.
Here.
All right, we held an executive session today at 5:15 to discuss personnel matters. I have a motion to approve the minutes for council meeting on February 12th, 2024.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Do you have anything for citizen comments?
We do not.
All right, moving on. Mayor Betsy Stevens.
Your microphone, Betsy, please.
Would the president of Warmerding like to come forward? He has a commendation to make for one of our officers.
I want to thank Mayor Stevick and everyone on the Pitcairn Council. In case you don't know, my name is Greg Jacob. I'm the mayor of Wilmerding. Kelly Maxwell, our president of council, and Turner Seibel, who is public safety director. So we have a certificate of recognition that we want to award to Officer Zachary Stump for going above and beyond. We had a resident fall into the creek.
Turn that off.
His dedication and his work to go in, get this lady, check her, stabilize her, wait for EMS to pick her up is greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
Sure.
You can go in front if you want.
Yeah.
Chief, you want a picture?
Me?
With us. Yes, of you,
Your Betsy's coming too.
She's right behind us somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I guess I didn't visit it.
Well,
You were in the picture. Want me to take with your phone a picture? All right, here we go, 2, 3.
2, 3.
Cheese, there we go.
all right.
I couldn't get everybody in. Did you get it?
Yes.
Okay, you got it?
Another one? One more for our Tom Page.
Plus
Thank you.
30.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, Officer Stump, do you want to give a brief synopsis what actually happened on February 15th that led up to this today?
Yeah.
You're here.
So, we got a call, EMS called me and Officer Bagnelli, Ethan that's not here tonight, about, to assist Wilmerding, down, to assist Wilmerding. It was reported that there had been a lady that fell in the creek, down on the 400 block air break, I believe. It was unknown, what had happened. I got there just about the time EMS got there, and I basically just, I went down with one of the paramedics from EAPS EMS over in Turtle Creek, and basically she was conscious and alert, but she was very cold. So we had people up top on the street and went down. The water was pretty cold. I mean, the air temperature that day was probably, I would say, about 20 degrees. So she was pretty cold. She just had some lower body injuries. Thankfully, she didn't hit her head or anything like that. She'd been laying in the water. We didn't know how long she was laying in the water. I had them throw some blankets down. We were able to cover her up and keep some of her body temperature as high as possible. And then by that time, I was able to assist the fire department. I believe Wilmerding and Pitcairn showed up, Turtle Creek showed up, and we were able to devise a physical rescue between me and the paramedic from EAPS. We packaged her right in the water, and then myself and 2 paramedics that were down in the water carried her out, and then we hooked her to a rope system on the side, and then hoisted her up. Chief had reached out to me and said that he had gotten multiple phone calls about this, and from another incident as well that I had helped on in Wilmerding with a fire. And he said that I was supposed to come here tonight for this, and I told him that I didn't really need to, because I'm just here and just doing my job as a police officer. But I really appreciate this from Mayor and Public Safety Director and President of Council from Wilmerding and all of you guys. I've been doing this about 10 years. This is my first commendation. Like I said, I'm just doing my job. So, but I really appreciate it, everybody, for being here tonight and presenting this to me. So.
All right, on behalf of Pitcairn Council, we thank you. Thanks for coming, guys.
You're free to go.
And Betsy, whenever you're ready, you can continue on with your report.
The Pitcairn Police made 149 calls in the month of February. We collected $305 in parking tickets, state fines, we didn't get anything. The magistrate, $83. That was Wilmerding magistrate, the Pitcairn Herbs, $525, and the county, $835. We didn't get any quality of life tickets paid. I also, I wanted to report on the business last month about the cars that we had that are parked. It seemed to have got a little ahead of us. Our police and Nick gave warning papers to 87 cars. 26 were tagged for abandoned, 7 were towed. 8 of the cars that were tagged moved, and 9 people asked for more time. Some people realized their inspection was out and maybe didn't have the money to fix their car or whatever. And so that, I cannot discuss this any further. I wasn't out there doing the work, but we're on it. So thank you very much. And that concludes, oh, and one more thing. Last week, Mike, you know, our bridge at Taylor Avenue is really in bad shape. But it's going to be very, very expensive. If they did it in 2 parts, correct me, Mike, if I'm wrong.
Correct.
If they do it in 2 parts, it would be twice as expensive. That culvert is so big, and now thanks to him getting us over 200,000, Mike.
No, the grant was from Eads from years ago, the $279,000. I just reached out to DEP and EGS and worked with them so they would release the capital funds that they have for the flood control project.
Which is what we're hoping, you know, it didn't do anything about. So we don't have to, they don't have to make it in 2 parts. Now they can make it in 1 part. And to give you an idea of how big it is, it's going to take till August, however it's ordered, to get made.
Just to get the culverts, yeah.
So that's a big help. But I didn't thank you because I think all of us need to.
Yeah, there was a lot of legwork involved with that.
Yes, it was a lot of work, Tom, and it certainly is helping financially. That's it, Mr. President.
All right, thank you. Personnel, Dominic Roberta.
I have no business at this time, President.
Okay, since George is absent, would you like to read his report?
Sure, I can. I would like a motion to pass Resolution 8-2024 awarding Curry and Bickle the contract for the Taylor Street Bridge project in the amount of $884,453.
Second.
All right, the motion on the floor to award Curry and Bickle for the contract for Taylor Street Bridge project in the amount of $884,453. Any questions on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I also would like to discuss the temporary bridge at Taylor Street was installed. Everything went smoothly, and we will continue to use Taylor Street until PennDOT tells us we can, or our construction begins. Which we just informed you, we started the prepping phase of that as well. And I think that's all George had.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Parks and Rec, Lisa.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to pass Resolution 7, 2024, to apply for the DCNR grant to pay for Phase 2 of the Joseph Markozic Sports Complex improvements.
Second.
Motion on the floor made and seconded. Any questions on that motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to approve the use of the football field by the Pittsburgh Kings youth football team from April to November.
Motion on the floor made
Second.
and seconded to approve the site of the youth football field by the Pittsburgh Kings youth football team from April till November.
I have a
Any
question.
questions?
They absolutely know that they only have use of that on Saturdays.
For April to November, or April to June. They're gonna use it every day but Fridays and when they start July and Sundays and when they start full contact football.
Will that not overlap with the softball on Sundays into August?
No, they won't.
They won't be using it on Sunday.
They had stated
Okay.
that they will not be using it on Sundays, so the softball team won't be entering.
And I only just heard from the women's team that, of course, we were reserving their spot because they've been here so many years. I just heard from her today, so we'll have to do a motion at the next meeting for that.
Okay, any other questions on the Pittsburgh Kings?
They are gonna put up the $200 per game.
We didn't put that in the application yet.
I believe we need to put it in the
I agree.
application.
Something, yeah.
Okay?
I agree for that to be
I
done.
know our bar was down there every Monday cleaning it up. I seen the pictures. And I believe, Mike, you had to call them back to clean up the concession stand.
I didn't necessarily have to call them back, they had it scheduled,
Okay.
but I called them and asked them when they were gonna do it.
Okay. I mean, I coached down there for 15 years. I know the effort that we put into those fields.
Well, our guys clean up after the women's softball team too.
Okay.
There's an awful lot of beer bottles and beer cans.
But they'll be required to put a deposit down also, correct? We're doing this
Yeah,
across the
everybody.
board.
Anybody.
Across the board. I know that there was stuff signed and submitted, but I believe that we need to implement this ASAP and get these checks before we give our approval.
Well, honestly, this was the reason that it wasn't put through last month, that we tabled it because of the contract. That was the whole reason.
Well, we can add a deposit in the application, I don't think that's an issue.
Would they need
Let's
a
do
whole
that.
new application is the question.
Well, the problem is too, if you table this, you have to table all of them.
Right.
Yep.
And then that interferes with
So
literally.
do I rescind the
the salt-
motion until we make a motion to fix the contract?
And that also means that the
How about
softball
you
league can't.
approve it pending their agreement to,
Okay, well, it was still on the floor and it was seconded, so do I not have to rescind it and restate the
Correct.
motion?
Correct, you would
Correct.
rescind that motion and
Should I rescind that motion?
restate it in the context that it
I'll
would be.
second the rescindment.
Okay,
Do we need a motion to rescind it?
Yeah,
No.
need a minute.
No.
okay, I would like to make a motion to approve the use of the football field by the Pittsburgh Kings youth football team from April to November, pending the change in the application.
For the security deposit.
Yeah, for the security deposit.
Okay. Motion made
Second.
and seconded. Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, motion to approve the use of the softball field by the Pitcairn Softball League from March to August on Sundays, pending the deposit on the application.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any questions on that motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to allow Gateway School District to use the park building for the summer lunch program.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to allow the Gateway School District to use the park building for a summer lunch program. Any questions?
Yes, Mike, do you have that, will they do it like they did last time, like Monday through Thursday? Because I don't think they did Fridays.
Yeah, this is all pending federal approval on the lunch program. So he just called me and asked me if they'd be able to use it. They
Just to know, yeah.
just to know that they can use it, so, but yeah, it'll run the same way, Monday to Thursday, I forget what week it is, they're off, I think it's 4th of July, they close for the week. But that's what it'll be, same as before.
And we have no problems with them keeping the place clean?
No, they don't usually even allow the kids to come inside, mostly it's just window service.
All right. Oh, that was a question.
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I'd also like to announce that our annual Easter egg hunt, partnering with Camp G, who will provide the bunny and bag lunches, which are $5, will be on Saturday, March 23rd. The Easter eggs hunt starts at 12 noon sharp, because last year we had kids come after and it was over already. But that's all I have, thank you.
All right, Finance and Economic Development Bill.
Motion to pay the bills as presented.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Yeah, that's it.
Health and Welfare, Jeff Mordo.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Turner has submitted his monthly reports to council. Thank you, Nick. And now I'd like to announce that we're going to have cleanup day on April 20th. The dumpsters will be located down by the fire hall, 100 South Center Avenue. And the second one should be up by the Borough Building. That's not in here.
You're
The
not
old-
having a second
No,
one.
they're not having them all down here. Last year,
Okay.
we only had filled up half of the dumpster up there, and the other one was empty.
Okay, so we will only have the dumpsters down by the fire hall. We are not taking any electronics, sad to say at this point in time. We are working on, in the future, of looking how we can gather TVs and such not for the residents, but nothing has been determined at this time. There also, keep in mind, there are no construction materials are to be put into the dumpsters either. That would be the pickup. And that is all that I have, Mr. President. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Electric, myself. I'll make an announcement that shut-offs will begin on March 18th. Also, I'd like to make a motion to use the electric capital funds to pay Altex for the repairs to be done on the pull truck in the amount of $22,355.83. This was originally estimated at $33,000.
Second.
All right, motion made and seconded. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The power outage on February 26th was caused by a lightning strike at Duquesne Lights meter bank, which is by Sunoco there. Once they fixed the problem, Jim Comino checked our system and everything appeared to be good. It took a few hours for them to get the power back and running because of their damage to their equipment. That's all I have. Public safety, Jim.
Nothing at this time, Mr. President.
Alrighty. Solicitor couldn't make it here tonight. Engineers report.
Thank you, everybody. You should have my engineer's report. We already spoke about the sports complex. We already spoke about Taylor Avenue. There's several demos that have happened since the last time I was here. The structures are down, but a lot of cleanup still needs to happen. A lot of restoration once the weather breaks and we can see. So please don't think that that's the way that they're gonna be finished looking. Other than that, is there anything else? We're waiting for a lot of grant stuff still.
How's Joel Way going?
Structures are down. The contractor did a nice job of putting some fill up there where the road got a little narrow, so I was happy he was able to do that for us.
I don't drive up that road very often,
Yeah.
probably no one here does, which is what I'm asking about.
Yeah, we still gotta talk about long term what's gonna happen with that road, because there's still a resident up there. you know.
There's two
Two
residents.
residents. It's nice to get the structures down and cleaned up and stuff like that. So it's a work in progress right now, but the dangerous structures are down.
Thank you.
Any word on the environmental, 121?
Yeah, we should probably talk about that in the executive session. If you don't mind.
No, it's fine.
All right, anything else, Tom?
No, that's all.
All right, Borough Manager's report.
All right, the capital improvement account has $384,054. Electric system capital improvement account has $123,453. Local dirty camp run has $70,138. The sewer capital improvement has $892,773. Public safety fund has $122,787. Our ARPA funds has $240,117. Bond repayment fund has $327,828. Liquid fuels has $63,541. We're going to get our yearly allotment in the next month. It's $83,430. And I did get an answer from PennDOT, so our equipment, the major equipment carryover is $20,681. And this year's allotment would be $16,597, or total of $37,279 we can put aside for future purchase of a probably most likely a dump truck.
Is there like a cap on how many years we can do that, or?
That allotment, that $16,597, that's every year.
Okay.
Because we had a couple of years where we didn't spend the whole amount, so it just keeps carrying over. So we have that 20,000 carryover plus the 16.
But I'm saying, like, we're allowed to do that next year or the year after as well.
We can do it next year. The year after is probably when we're gonna have to.
Yeah, well,
But I mean, that would be a nice down payment. And then every year after, we can use the liquid fuels fund to pay for that truck, if we have to borrow any money for it. The real estate tax bill in February was $4,605, because that's 2023 taxes. So the total for the year for 2023 is $446,963. I want to thank council for your support, everybody knows what I'm talking about. So very much appreciated, and that's it.
All righty, police chief report.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm glad to be back after 8 weeks. So Max and I did get certified on the National Level Patrol. As you know, we're already national on narcotics, national on article, and trailing and tracking. Now we're national on patrol services. He's already been utilized 2 times in a week. One guy was hiding up in the rafters in a balloon type structure. Thought he was gonna actually get away, and it didn't work too good for him. So we got a submittal. Didn't have to send the dog in. So he decided he didn't want to verse the 104.5 muscle-bound dog that we got now, as everybody knows. We also had a narcotic scam. Guy decided to pick a girl up. Didn't work too well for him, and we took his drugs off of him. He said the dog didn't find it, but hamburgers don't stop Max, so yeah, he found the narcotics. Towed the vehicle, but we're happy to be back, and you'll see us out there a lot. I'm excited to work the streets even more than what I am now with him. It's fun with the dog. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah, that's all I got to report.
It's a lot of bars.
A lot of hours, but a lot of fun. That's it.
All right.
Good job.
Also,
Congratulations, Chief.
Thank you.
I want to make note that we are going to have an executive session after the meeting for public safety concern. Anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Seconded. Thank you.
I was gonna speak if I can.
Oh,
That was.
citizens' comment was supposed to be in the beginning of the meeting.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that.
We can let you go for a couple minutes.
Can I ask, are you from Monroeville and did Lene send you?
Yes.
Okay, I know you were.
Yeah, we can give you a couple minutes, but,
I can talk really fast.
okay.
Okay. Do I have to stand there?
Yeah.
Okay. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Hope Benson. I am the children's librarian at the public library. I spend a lot of time with your kids in general. So one of the things that I noticed is not every kid gets to participate in the programs that we do at the library and much that we do at the library. So I have spent the past couple of years trying to figure out why, and one of the biggest barriers across the board is transportation. Our library is one of the hardest libraries to get to. There's no public transportation to get to. You can't walk to us. We're next to impossible to get to. So, because I go around to all the kids and I talk all this stuff about the summer reading program, about all these great programs that we're doing, and then some of the kids don't get to us, I'm trying to fix the problem. So for summer reading this year, I'm doing away with registration. I'm taking that away completely. And what I'm doing is I'm going out in the communities completely. So across the board, in all the neighborhoods, I'm going around and I'm bringing the library to them. I'm bringing books, I'm bringing the STEM projects, I'm bringing the arts and crafts to all the communities, to all the different neighborhoods, so that the kids can participate. When I go to the schools, I'm handing out all the materials that they need to participate in summer reading. So when they see me in the neighborhoods, they hand it to me, I hand them their free books, we talk about their books, they can participate as if, just like the same kids that get to come to the library, they get to participate in the same activities, with the same crafts, they get the same free books that the kids who come to the library do. I'm trying to even the playing field so that when they go back to school, the kids that come to the library don't have anything different. In the future, I'm hoping to get grant money so that I can bring the programs that we have out into the communities, but one step at a time. I'm already kind of driving some people in the state crazy that I'm doing away with registration. That's blowing some minds. So one step at a time. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to ask permission for about 4 times over the course of the summer to just sit in the park and read some stories and set up a table and just have some crafts, do some activities, build with some blocks. And I'll, on the back of the stuff that they'll get when I go around to the schools, it'll have the dates that I'm here. If the kids show up, they do. Hopefully they will. And I'll have enough stuff for them all to do. So I just ask permission that I can come down and do that. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of us would have a problem with that, especially because it's not, you know, it's a free event that's helping the community, so.
Excuse me, Mr. President. Would there be a problem with possibly the day being scheduled at the park building? We would maybe waive things, and that would be rain or shine. That way she wouldn't have to be, if it rains.
Would you prefer to be indoors or outdoors?
I can do either or. As
I
long
like
as I'm visible.
outside, I would say, I like outside because you'll be seen, but I don't want you stuck in the weather either.
If, I'd like somewhere where if it rains, I can kinda,
Well, I mean, the park building porch,
yeah.
and if you're
That's what
outside, you're
Right.
covered.
That's what I'm doing
Plus
at
you
other
have the
places,
farm.
like at Evergreen Elementary, which is another neighborhood where there's some transportation issues. That like Evergreen Elementary, I'm just popping underneath the overhang for the entrance
Do
to
you
the
know
school.
if you would be here during the day, like?
Well, I have some tentative dates because I've scheduled my whole summer just so that I would have them. On June 27th, I would be here in the morning about 10 to 11:30.
Well, if the reason I'm asking, if we're doing the free lunch program.
I could
so
show up during lunch.
You could share the porch with the lunch,
I
exactly.
could definitely do that. But there were 2 evening dates, like 5 to 6:30 for the kids that maybe aren't allowed to go out during the day when mom and dad aren't home or something like that. I do have 2 evening dates on July 17th and July 31st, 5 to 6:30. It's still light, so no one would be trying to cross the street at night or anything like that. I'd still be visible, but it would be for the kids where they're not allowed out till someone's home from work. I would still be here to give them an opportunity to also participate. I'm trying to break down as many barriers, as many things that are keeping the kids away as I can.
Right.
I'm trying to chip away at it as much as possible. So, of course, any suggestions you guys have for barriers that you guys know about, please feel free to let me know anytime. Like I said, I'm chipping away as much as I can.
If you could you get us like a list of your dates and times on like a piece sheet of paper so we can, you know, incorporate it into.
I most definitely can.
Maybe we could get some fire police to cross the kids across the street during that time too.
That would be fabulous.
I'm trying here.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Harry back
Harry's saying
there.
no.
He's busy.
Whatever.
I'll buy her.
Is that all you have?
That was all I wanted to ask.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm quick and easy.
Appreciate it.
I give you my card, you can just email the dates and the information.
I'm busy.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you guys very
Nice
much.
to meet you, Hope.
Nice meeting you as well.
Renee was like, she's coming down to the meeting. I was like, okay, cool.
Also, for future reference, our citizens' comments are in the beginning,
Okay.
so you basically just sign a sheet where he is, you'll sign it and say your piece in the beginning.
Now we'll know.